Hey there flippers, and welcome back to Second Life Treasures. So on today's video we are going to be heading back out to the charity shops, and at the moment we are starting off in the Hospice of Hope. But before we really sort of get into things, just wanted to say, if you enjoyed the video today, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you're not already, sort of hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to be kept up to date when I upload new videos. So yeah, starting off at the back, I am just having a look through the DVDs just to see if sort of anything sort of stands out. And there's a couple of games there as well, so I was having a look to see if there was anything there that I sort of didn't have. And then as I'm scanning through the books, right there, and it's literally only come up for a couple of seconds, I completely missed that there is a Harry Potter book there. But I believe it was probably looking at the spine, it looks like it was an Order of the Phoenix hardback. So yeah, completely missed it. Didn't check whether it was a first edition or not. But yeah, it happens sometimes. That's, to be quite honest, that's one of the things I do like about sort of filming the charity shop trips. Because it does actually give me an opportunity to sort of have a look at sort of what I have actually missed. I know that sort of a couple of you actually do sort of comment, sort of, oh, you've missed this at this time, and I find that so helpful. So I really do appreciate everyone that sort of leaves comments, sort of pointing out the bits that I've missed, because at the moment I am still learning. Sort of when I first started sort of Second Life Treasures, that was me starting as a sort of a reseller. This is not something that I've done for sort of years and years. I have literally started it, I think May was when I sort of put out the first video. So yeah, I'm always learning, and yeah, any help that people sort of give me is massively appreciated. I know I've had sort of a couple of people sort of commenting on some DVDs or sort of CDs that I've missed. I'll be honest, sort of at the moment with sort of DVDs and CDs, I do sort of struggle quite a bit as to sort of what to look for. But yeah, so just looking through sort of like the tops in Hospice of Hope, nothing sort of really sort of jumping out. So what we'll do is we will head over to the Melzer, and straight away as I'm walking into the Melzer, I see this box, and it's actually a trolley. So I've seen a couple of the other YouTubers use a trolley like this around the boot fairs. They had it priced up at, I believe it was £40. It says sort of new, never been used, and to be honest, I didn't have the money with me on the day to sort of pick it up, but I did sort of swing past a couple of days later, and do you know what, I decided no, I'm going to hold out. Obviously the season's just winding down, so it's only going to be sort of sitting around for sort of 6 months until the season kicks off again, so I'll probably look to sort of pick one up before we start the new season. But just up the back, I then get up to the normal section of sort of Harry Potter books. There are loads of Chamber of Secrets. I think we've got one Philosopher's Stone, and one what is it? That is 2 seconds. Prisoner of Azkaban. That was the other one there. And I'll be honest, I have actually finally sorted out my Harry Potter books, and the amount I've got is absolutely obscene. So I've got 2 sets of 4. That's the first 4 books. I've got 2 sets of 3, which is the first 3 books. I've then got a couple of sets of hardbacks. I've got nothing complete yet, unfortunately. But at least I now have an idea on sort of what books I'm actually sort of looking for. So yeah, when I'm out and about at both the sort of charity shops and the boot fairs, I know what books to sort of look for. To be quite honest, the ones I've got a couple of hardbacks for the Order of the Phoenix and Deathly Hallows now, but got nothing in paperback. So I do need to sort of look out. I think I've got one copy of Order of the Phoenix in paperback, which is a first edition. So I've actually sort of held on to that with my first editions instead of just sort of putting it with the sort of the bundle lot. But yeah, so still looking through the bits at the Melzer. Obviously, I've just had a look through the soft toys. So I do tend to sort of dive into that box of soft toys every time now, because I have managed to sort of find some really good bits in there. I've found quite a few sort of gaming related plushes that, I'll be honest, I've actually either kept for myself or had stolen from me as soon as I walked in the door from my little one. But yes, so once again, looking through the DVDs and the Blu-rays, nothing sort of stood out. It was all sort of very sort of common titles. But what I then do is I actually head over to this section, which is normally sort of like the small electronics section, and immediately this jumps out at me. And I'm just heading over to it now. Yeah, so I just want to move this chair out of the way because this jumped out at me. I thought it looked absolutely brilliant. So it's a JVC portable TV with cassette radio built in. If I remember rightly, they were asking sort of, I think it was about £55 for it. And sort of looking it up online, sort of I couldn't actually find sort of this particular model. I can sort of find pictures and everything like that, because I've also done a bit more research into it after or just before I sort of filmed this voiceover. But looking at sort of ones that were sort of similar, they were sort of selling for sort of around the sort of 50 to 70 mark, and I just thought for the £15 is pretty much going to get eaten up for with sort of shipping and eBay fees and everything like that. So yeah, after I was really gutted because I did really want to pick it up because it is probably the coolest thing that I've seen at sort of both the boot fairs and the charity shops. But there just wasn't any. There was no way to sort of squeeze the profit out of it at the sort of the buying cost of sort of £55. I was sort of hoping that it would sort of sell for probably sort of 100 to 110, so that there was sort of a fair amount sort of on it. But yeah, unfortunately, it was not to be. But that is how it goes sometimes. There's sort of been some quite cool bits that I've seen sort of while I've been out and about. But yeah, it is what it is. So I am just going to sort of finish up sort of looking, as I say, just not confident in it. So yeah, I do end up leaving it. And yeah, they've got, so there's a little hi-fi there, that's been in there for a couple of weeks. But yeah, what we'll do is we'll head off to the next charity shop now. So here we are in the RSPCA. So once again, I go into the sort of second part of the shop first, which is the part that has all the sort of DVDs, books and sort of board games and that. So I like this bookcase. I tend to sort of always go to this bookcase first, just because for one, it's sort of as soon as I walk in the door, but equally I have sort of found some really good sort of gaming titles in here. The benefit that the thing that I like about the RSPCA store is all of the films, DVDs and video games are 25p each. So I've managed to sort of pick up some games for my gaming collection at a really, really good price. So yeah, I do sort of have a look through sort of all the racks. Obviously there are a few DVDs that I'm on the lookout for. I think it was the Spectacular Spider-Man ones. There are 2 more sort of volumes that I need to get the full set. And yeah, just having a quick look at the books, because we did actually manage to get a really good sort of Harry Potter set out of here the other week. That case that was on the bottom there, that was actually a camping stove. And then just looking at this TV, I think they had it priced up at about £20. So that is sort of eBay price all day long. So there was nothing to be made in that. And then there's another small bookcase in here that has sort of DVDs. This one tends to sort of fluctuate quite a bit as sort of how much is in there. But yeah, nothing really in there today. And then we've got the sort of board games off to the side. Once again, nothing there. But then as I turn around, I look down and I see two scale electrics. So we've got one which is sort of cars scale electrics, but then we've got this one which is sort of a vintage one. And I actually remember my brother having that one when he was younger. But the problem is they had it priced up at £25, and that is pretty much what they sell for. So I did pick up a scale electrics a few months ago, and when I got it home, I think I paid £5 for it in the shop, but then when I got it home, it was selling for sort of about £20, but it was missing a couple of bits as well. So I've sort of been trying to get hold of the couple of bits that are missing, for not sort of trying to keep the cost down on them, so then even I can sort of sell it and just sort of break even. And then we're just having a quick look sort of through the jigsaw puzzles. I've found this one which has got sort of 3 1,000 piece puzzles in. I think it's only priced up at a couple of quid, but looking online it's sort of selling for sort of £6-7. So yeah, it went back because after sort of shipping and fees, shipping on it straight off the bat is going to be about £4, or £3 to £4 depending on how I ship it. And then quickly just having a look at the shoes. So we've got this pair of K-Swiss. I'll be honest, I was looking at them, but I don't think I could. First off, I didn't think I could see a price on them, and then I wasn't overly sure on what sort of the K-Swiss were sort of worth. So I did end up sort of putting those back and sort of moving on. But now we are in the PDSA, and I am coming straight to the women's jumpers, just having sort of a quick sort of file through just to see if we can see anything. So the good thing about this store is actually sort of, especially they tend to have they have a lot of sort of women's clothes, and then sort of for the men's it's probably about 4 sort of hanging racks sort of the other side of the shop. So they have a lot more sort of women's stuff than they do men's. But I do find this one. So this is it looks brand new, still got the tags on. Is it Christian Sereno or something like that? I can't remember exactly sort of what the designer was, but yeah, it's brand new. It was, I think it was 100% wool. So yeah, I do actually end up picking that up. It is priced up a bit, so I'll go through the pricing sort of at the end of the video. So yeah, I'm just sort of looking it up on the phone, just sort of seeing if I can sort of find anything sort of similar. And I do manage to find sort of a couple of bits. I don't find the exact jumper, but I do find stuff that's sort of similar. So what we'll do is we'll speed up through this bit, because there's sort of one more thing that I wanted to sort of show you in this shop. So, as I've finished off looking at the 2 racks there with sort of the men's clothes in, there's something that does catch my eye, and you'll see there is an XP100 camera in this cabinet. Now, I've picked up sort of one of these before, and I've actually got one myself. So I think it's an Olympus camera, but the XP series is actually their sort of extreme camera, so it's waterproof, and they normally sell for sort of really good money. So yeah, I sort of get my phone out to have a look. I think they've got it priced up at about £15 or £20. I can't remember off the top of my head. So yeah, I get my phone out to sort of have a look, because that would definitely be worth a pickup. So yeah, there we go. So we've got a couple of sold listings there. And if I remember off the top of my head, they're sort of going for between sort of £80 and £100, I think. I can't sort of quite see what my phone is saying at the moment, but yeah, it was sort of definitely worth a pickup. So what I do now is, I'm not sure whether I can actually open the cabinet or not, but it does open. So I do sort of go in, sort of get the box out. And just hang that up for a minute, and then I open the box up, and there's not the right camera in it. It's a completely different camera, nowhere near the same sort of value, so the money that they're asking for it just isn't worthwhile. So yeah, that is going to wrap up our trip out to the charity shops. So what we'll do now is we will head back home, and then we can have a look at what we managed to pick up today, and then have a look at sort of what the profit will be. Okay, so we are back from the charity shops, and not a very successful day, I do have to say. We only managed to pick up sort of one thing today. It was... yeah, it wasn't a great day. I'm really disappointed with sort of how today's gone, but I do know that we are going to have days like this. So yeah, it is just going to be a case of taking the rough with the smooth. I am going to sort of be expanding out the charity shops that we go to. So hopefully by going to some different ones, we're able to get some different finds. We'll just have to see. But this weekend, I am hoping to sort of film 2 different charity shop videos in 2 different locations. So yeah, fingers crossed, things will start to sort of pick up a bit with the charity shops. Obviously I am looking at other things as well to pick up, so yeah, fingers crossed we don't get this again. But let's get into it and let's find out sort of what we've got, what we paid, and what we'll make from it. So we've got a Christian Serenaro. I'm going to zoom in on the label. There we go. So it's a woman's jumper, size large. We got it from PDSA. We paid £6.99 for this. Looking online, sort of similar ones are selling for about £20, and that would then net us a £5.89 profit. So yeah, as I say, not an absolutely cracking day today. It is just the one item, but yeah, as I say, we've got to take sort of the rough with the smooth, and sort of hopefully we can sort of do a bit better on the next one. So what I'm going to do is I am going to wrap the video up here, and we will I will see you again on Thursday for a midweek charity shop. So I'm going to start bringing back the midweek charity shops as well now, because obviously we've lost sort of the Saturday boot fairs. and yeah, hopefully we start to sort of see some turnaround. But before you go, sort of, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to sort of hit the like button, and if you're not already, maybe consider sort of hitting the subscribe button and ringing the bell to be kept up to date when I upload new videos. And yeah, with that said, thank you so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you on the next one. Alright, bye.